Good morning and welcome to Team Club Northwest. I'm Dina and we're going to do some yoga today. So let's go ahead and take a few moments to just center ourselves. We're going to come into a comfortable seated position. We're breathing through our nose. Mouth is closed using diaphragm breathing. We call that Ujjayi breath. So on the inhales, your belly's pushing out just a tiny bit. And on the exhale, let the belly contract on in. Your inhale, feel that expansion, let the belly push on out. Exhale, let it go. Find a rhythm within your breath that you can completely be in control of. That might look like 3 seconds on your inhale to 3 seconds on the exhale, whatever's feeling best for you today. Few more big, deep breaths. And as we go a little deeper into the breath, if there's an energy that you'd like to set for the practice, something that you might be grateful for today, holding that in your heart. Few more big breaths. And keeping that energy nice and soft at the bottom of our next breath. If the eyes are shut, go ahead, blink them open. Bringing the hands to Namaste. Let's take those arms out nice and wide, a little bit of a bend on those elbows as we let the chest come out just a little bit. And on our exhale, we're going to round the back, bringing the palms together. Inhale, we're opening those arms. Exhale, let those hands come in. Inhale, big opening of the arms. Exhale, let those hands come in. On this inhale, we'll bring those arms up. On the exhale, let your right hand drop to the mat as you stretch the left side open. Let's take a big inhale, bringing those hands together. And on the exhale, go ahead, let that left hand drop, opening the right side of the body. Have a soft gaze forward. And we'll take an inhale and bring that arm up and over. Let's go ahead and take our left hand over to the right knee, finding the center of the spine with the right hand behind us. Taking an inhale, and on the exhale, twist. Untwisting back to our center. Let's switch sides. Inhale, find that length, and exhale, twist. And back to our center. We're going to go ahead and come on up to our standing. And let's bring those hands to heart. We're going to do a few half sun salutations and then we'll work through. So with the hands at the heart, we're going to take an inhale and reach those arms up. Exhale, we're swan diving forward. Let's lift the heart flat back. Think about the head lengthening across the room. Exhale, head drops. Reversing your swan dive up and over. And exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, let's bring it on up. And exhale, swan dive forward. Lift the heart flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, let's bring those arms up and over. And exhale, hands to heart. We're going to work through sun salutation A. So on our inhale, let's bring those arms up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Let's lift the heart flat back as we bring the hands to the mat and walk our feet into the top of our plank. Lower down, lift the heart, coming into upward facing dog. And toes roll under to downward facing dog. As we look between the hands, walk or float the feet forward, lifting our heart flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse the swan dive. Bring the arms on up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, we're coming up. Exhale, swan dive. Lift the heart flat back, hands to the mat, walking it back to plank, lower down, and coming into our upward dog. Toes roll under, down dog. Feet walk forward. Flat back, forward fold. Inhale, comes up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, swan dive. Lift the heart, hands to the mat, walking it back to the top of your push-up. Lower down, coming into your upward dog. Cobra can be used as a modification. Downward dog. Walk the feet forward, flat back on the inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms up and over. Exhale, hands to heart, creating heat. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, swan dive. Lift the heart, hands to the mat, walking it back. Lower down, lift the heart for upward dog. Downward facing dog. Feet walk forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Reverse the swan dive up. Exhale, hands to heart. One more time. Inhale. Exhale, swan dive. Lift the heart. Hands to the mat. Walk it back. Lower down. Lift the heart. Upward dog. Downward facing dog. Feet walk forward. Flat back. Forward fold, inhale, comes up, and exhale, hands to heart. Good work, take a breath. We use our sun salutations to create a little heat and wake the body up. Now that we're ready, let's bring those hands to the heart, and we're coming up again. We're gonna modify the sequence. Let's go into our swan dive. Flat back, hands to the mat. We're coming into down dog. We'll step our right foot between the hands and we're going to windmill up and around, coming into our warrior two. So we have that front knee over the front heel. Let those arms just reach out. Few big breaths here. Let's windmill it down and around to our downward facing dog. Plank, top of the push-up, lower down. Remember, Cobra can always be modified instead of upward dog, downward dog. Let's go ahead and step our our left foot forward. We're coming into the warrior two, opposite side. So big stretch, we're looking over the left fingertips. Windmill down and around to downward dog. Walking our feet forward. Lift the heart, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, let's bring it on up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, come up. Exhale, swan dive. Let's lift the heart, hands to the mat. We'll walk it to our down dog. We're going to step the right forward, drop the left. Let's windmill up and around to warrior two. Let's take our front arm and we're bringing that arm up, opening the front side of the body while we keep that front knee bent. Sun Warrior. And back through to Warrior Two. Straighten that front knee. Reach, reach, reach. Come into triangle. You can look down at your big toe, forward, or up at your thumb. Let's bring the arms down to downward facing dog. Plank, top of the push-up. Chaturanga, upward facing dog. And downward facing dog. So I'm going to step my left foot forward, coming into the Warrior Two, so you can see how the posture looks from both sides. Strong shoulders. That back shoulder is in line with the back hip. Front hand turns to face up. Sun Warrior. Let's bring it back through to Warrior Two as we straighten the front knee. A block might be used here. Coming into triangle. Let's bring the hands to the mat, to downward facing dog. Walking our feet forward, flat back, forward fold, inhale, come all the way up, exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, we're bringing it up, exhale, we're swan diving. Let's lift the heart, flat back, hands to the mat. Down dog, right forward, drop the left. Let's windmill up and around back to Warrior Two. Front hand turns to face up, back hand to back thigh, Sun Warrior. If you want to work your shoulder, you can take that back arm and bring it around where you're finding the seam of your front thigh. Let's bring it back through Warrior Two. Straighten the front knee. Let's reach, reach, reach. This time I'm going to go ahead and use a block so you can see what that looks like. So the block is to the outside of the front ankle as we reach the arm up for our triangle. From our triangle, we're going to go ahead, bend that front knee back to the 90-degree angle for a side angle stretch. Now, from your side angle stretch, if your shoulder feels fine here, if you want to take it a little deeper, you can let that top arm come overhead, creating that energy line from the back heel through the fingertips. And from here, let's go ahead, bring the hands to the mat, to our down dog. If you need to rest, you can. Otherwise, plank, chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. So we're going to go ahead and go to our left this time. So windmill up and around to Warrior Two. hand turns to face up, back hand to back thigh. Really open that front side of the body. And if you want to go a little deeper, adding some shoulder work, wrap that back arm behind, bringing the fingers to that crease in the front leg. As we come back through to Warrior Two, we'll straighten the front knee and reach. We're going to bring our hand to our block, which will be behind the front ankle for our triangle. And now as we bend that front knee to side angle stretch, again, we see how that shoulder is feeling on the top arm. And if we want to take it a little deeper, we bring that arm overhead, looking back under the armpit. Let's windmill up and around to our downward facing dog. Feet walk forward. Lift the heart, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, let's bring those arms up and over. Exhale, hands to heart. Let's do it again. Inhale, we're coming up. Exhale, we're swan diving forward. Flat back, hands to the mat, down dog. Right forward, Warrior Two. Front hand turns to face up, back hand to back thigh, Sun Warrior with the wrap if you choose. Warrior Two as we transition to triangle. Bending the front knee to side angle stretch. So back hand can be on a block or on your thigh. Either one. Maybe you go a little deeper with the hand down to the foot. So this might be where you stay. If you want a little bit more challenge, let's go ahead and take that top arm back to the hip. And the front leg blocks are really handy here. Front leg is bent. As we bring the block about 10 to 12 inches forward, we lift the back leg coming into half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. So a block, super handy here. You can do this without the block. You can improvise, a shoebox might work. Okay, we're gonna go ahead, drop that leg, and I'm gonna switch sides for the vinyasa. Coming into down dog, plank, lower down, upward dog, and downward dog. As my left comes forward, I'm windmilling up and around to our Warrior Two. Front hand turns to face up, Sun Warrior. Wrap is optional. Back through Warrior Two, straighten the front leg. Reach. Come into your triangle. Again, I really recommend using a block here so you stabilize the ribs. Trikonasana. And from your triangle, as we bend that front knee, the hand might Stay on the thigh. You can turn that top arm up overhead if you want. Maybe it's on the thigh or on your block. So you can hang out here, or if you want to work a little deeper today, let that back arm come back to the hip. That front hand's going to move about 8 to 10 inches forward. Lift that back leg. So one line of energy from the heel through the trunk of the body. Arms are right across from each other, half moon. Just like triangle, you might look down, forward, or up at your thumb, depending on your balance this morning or afternoon. Okay, let's go ahead, bring those hands to the mat. Down dog. Walk our feet forward. Flat back. Forward fold. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, hands to heart. Let's take 3 big breaths, breathing through the nose, mouth closed. Awesome. Okay, so we're going to work a little bit with the standing. So let's go ahead. We're going to keep it simple on this one. We're going to start with our right foot. That's going to be the standing leg, and the left toes on the mat. If you've been practicing for a while, go ahead, take that left foot all the way up, hands to heart. Find something you can focus on that doesn't move around. That's your drishti, your point of focus. Stay with that point of focus, concentrate, reach the arms to the sky, relax the standing leg knee so we don't lock that knee up. Let the opposite leg open out. Experience the hip opening here. And we bring our hands to heart. Let's go ahead and step that foot out. Give it a little step out. We'll switch sides. So opposite leg, standing leg. So if you're newer to practice, toes might be on the mat with the opposite knee pointing outward. Relax that standing leg knee. If you've been working for a little while or you feel confident in balance, bring that foot up into the thigh. Bring the hands to heart. And when you're ready, staying focused on that drishti, reach the arms on up. And let's bring the hands in, step those feet out, swing the arms out just to break up any tension. Bring those hands into the heart, step our feet nice and wide. This time we're going to turn those toes outward, heels in, bringing those arms up into our goddess. Let those elbows open. Let's take a big inhale. As we straighten the legs, we're pushing the arms up. Let's square the feet and hang forward, wide leg fold. 4, 3, 2, 1. Fold, hands to the elbow creases. 3, 2, 1. Fold, hands to the elbow creases. 4, 3, 2, 1. Fold, hands to the elbow creases. 3, 2, 1. Fold, hands to the elbow creases. 4, 3, 2, 1. Fold, hands to the elbow creases. 4, 3, 2, 1. Fold, hands to the elbow creases. 4, 3, 2, 1. Fold, hands to the elbow creases. 4, 3, 2, 1. Fold, hands to the elbow creases. 4, 3, 2, 1. Fold, hands to the elbow creases. 4, 3, 2, 1. Fold, hands to the elbow creases. 4, 3, 2, 1. Fold, hands to the elbow creases. 4, 3, 2, 1. Fold, hands to the elbow creases. 4, 3, 2, 1. Fold, hands to the elbow creases. 4, 3, 2, 1. Fold, hands to the elbow creases. 4, 3, 2, Bringing the hands to the mat, lift the heart, walk the feet in, toes a little bit of a turn out, coming into a garland. Let the elbows open the knees a little wide. If you find you're lifting your heels, you can't bring the heels down, you can take a block and use it as a seat as you develop the flexibility. Use those upper arms to guide the legs out just a little bit more, getting some hip opening here. And let's go ahead, bring ourselves on down to seated. Let's take that right leg out. You can go ahead and bring the left foot in. Take that right hand over to the right big toe. If you don't reach, you can have your hand on your shin, or if you have a yoga strap, wrap it around the foot. Let's take that left arm up and just stretch on over. Use the breath to work into the stretch. Give yourself a few moments to really find where that stretch takes you. Let's take that arm up and over, and we'll change legs. So opposite leg comes in. Stretch that other leg on out. We find the big toe or the shin. Let's take that arm up, and on the exhale, start to stretch over. Give yourself a little bit of time to find that full stretch. And let's take that arm up and over. We'll go ahead and bring the soles of the feet together. Thumbs to the big toe mounds. Open the feet away from each other. Lead with the heart. You can use those forearms to continue to guide the knees a little closer to the floor. Let's lead with the heart. Bring the chest on up. Let's take those hands behind the knees. We're going to stretch the legs on out. Make sure you're equally rooted on the sits bones, hands to the sides. Take a big inhale, reach those arms up. And as we come forward, keeping the back long, reach those hands forward. Lengthen the spine and a little tuck of the chin into the chest. Once again, if you don't reach the toes, it's not a problem. Hands might rest on your shins, maybe on the knees. You can use a strap to bring around the balls of the feet. Just think of it as an arm lengthening device. Take a big inhale, reach those arms up. Exhale, bring those hands to the heart. As we bring the legs in, we'll take that right hand back to the left knee. Inhale and exhale. Spinal twist. Back to our center. Let's switch sides. Inhale, find that length. Exhale, spinal twist. And back to center. Let's come into our final relaxation, Shavasana. You'll lie on down onto the back and let the arms rest, taking as long as you need to let the body rejuvenate, shutting the eyes and let all of the tension go. When you're feeling rejuvenated and energized, come back on up to seated. I would recommend, if you can, take up to 10 minutes in Shavasana to really let that muscle memory take in the work, to stay as long as your body allows. When you're ready to come on out of your practice, gently roll on to one side, pushing yourself up. Let's bring those hands back to Namaste. And with the thumbs resting at the heart center, nodding our head. We bring the thumb knuckles up to the space between the eyes. And we honor this light that we all share as one. Namaste. Thank you so much for sharing some time with me. I'm Dina, and on behalf of Team Club Northwest in Grants Pass, Oregon, have a great rest of your day. We'll see you on the mat really soon.